I was walking home last week with our little grandson, and going home can be a little bit ploddy. We can take our time. He's a bit tired, and we stop and we look at things. It's generally quite slow, as opposed to the way there, which is full of racing and running. So the way back was a bit slow, and then suddenly our little grandson just ran in front of me and deliberately cut me up. He ran in front of me, so I had to stop. And so I avoided him, and we had a little game at that, but he was quite determined that he was going to stop me. So he stopped me, just running at crisscross in front of me. So when he stopped me, this time I just put my arms around him and held him against me like that. And to my surprise, he didn't struggle. He didn't try and squirm and run away. He didn't protest. He just stayed there quite happily for quite a while. And then he ran on, and then he did it again and again. And we did the same thing. And it was a beautiful moment for me as a grandparent. I loved it. It made me think about what a hug means. What happens when we are held in a close, safe embrace? And I think what happens first of all is that when we're held, and we're held securely and safely, we exhale. We let go of breath, but also other things that are pent up that perhaps we haven't realised were held quite so tightly. So we exhale, we let go, we relax a little bit. And when we come to God the Father for that special time of being in his presence, we can allow ourselves to be held. We can allow ourselves to be in the presence of God the Father as though he is wrapping his arms around us and just be held. Allow ourselves to breathe out and to let go of the things that we are holding so tight. Allow ourselves to breathe more easily. Allow ourselves to feel loved, to feel the comfort and strength of his arms. And then eventually it becomes less about who we are and more about who he is. And we can begin to breathe in who he is. We feel his strength. We feel his breath. And we go away more peaceful, strengthened, and comforted. And there's the words of a song, a beautiful song, very simple, that just has the refrain of, "Oh, how he loves me." And in one of the verses, it says this: when we've been in the presence of God and when we've recognised, "Oh, how he loves me," I realise just how beautiful you are and how great your affections are for me. And that's what happens when we allow ourselves to be held, to be hugged by God. We have this deep realisation of the beauty of who he is and how deeply he loves us. There could be something about the fact that we don't necessarily know where we're going at the moment. We're not necessarily going in a straight line. Perhaps we might even feel like we're almost going in circles. Perhaps we're crisscrossing. But maybe it's opportunity to just go, I'm going to rest. I'm going to lean against my Father. I'm going to lean into the everlasting arms and feel his love surround me and receive the strength and comfort that he can give.